Sure, here's a fresh take on your script. Tonight, a clash between NASA and Elon Musk. Tensions are escalating as top NASA officials respond to claims made by Elon Musk. A former senior NASA official spoke exclusively to CNN, revealing that they never received an offer from Musk's SpaceX to bring 2 U.S. astronauts back from the International Space Station. This comes after Musk suggested that the astronauts had been left in space for political reasons. NASA, however, is firing back. The astronauts currently aboard the ISS themselves issued a statement saying, "We don't feel abandoned, we don't feel stuck, we don't feel stranded." It's a rare moment where astronauts must respond to such public claims, showing the bizarre nature of this back and forth. Astronaut Andrea Morgenstern also spoke out on social media, calling Musk's accusations a lie. Musk, not one to shy away from controversy, responded in a scathing manner, calling Morgenstern fully retarded and an idiot. To discuss the situation in greater depth, we bring in astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson, author of Merlin's Tour of the Universe, a traveler's guide to blue moons, black holes, Mars, stars, and everything far. A book that occupies a prominent place on my bookshelf, should I ever get the chance to travel the cosmos. Neil, in light of these claims, what is your take on the situation? The astronauts are adamant they're not stranded, NASA denies the allegations, and Musk responds with harsh words. What's your perspective? Neil deGrasse Tyson. Well, let's set the record straight. The 2 astronauts were never stranded in space. They're part of a larger crew aboard the International Space Station, and they have all the resources they need to continue their mission. Sure, the living conditions aren't exactly 5-star, but they're professionals in a challenging environment. So this notion of being stranded is a mischaracterization. Furthermore, let's talk about the luxury of space travel. The fact that we have multiple options for bringing astronauts home, including SpaceX, is a testament to how far we've come. We now have the technology and capability to make such conversations possible. And while there were risks associated with other missions, SpaceX was ready and available. All this controversy is really just a distraction from the bigger picture. Host, absolutely, Neil. But while we're discussing space, let's shift gears to a more pressing matter on Earth, the asteroid threat. There's been talk of a city-killer asteroid, and though it's been downplayed recently, should we still be concerned? Neil deGrasse Tyson, the asteroid threat is very real. There are telescopes coming online soon that will help us discover asteroids we can't currently detect, and those are the ones that might sneak up on us. NASA's efforts, like the DART mission, where they successfully altered the path of an asteroid, are crucial in mitigating this risk. But the more we learn, the more we understand how unpredictable these objects can be. It's a race against time to prepare for a potential threat. Host, now, moving on to a more earthly concern. Recent executive orders and changes within NASA. You've pointed out the significance of diversity and inclusion within the space program. How do you feel about the apparent shift in direction? Neil deGrasse Tyson. When I was growing up, the space program wasn't exactly welcoming to people like me. It wasn't until later in life that I saw a more diverse range of astronauts, and it made a huge difference. If we start to roll back the efforts to diversify, we risk missing out on incredible talent. Space exploration should reflect the diversity of the world we live in. If we ignore that, we're not just limiting opportunities for people of color. We're also limiting the potential of space exploration itself. Host, it's a thought-provoking point, Neil. As we look to the future, the balance between progress, politics, and inclusivity will certainly continue to shape the landscape of space exploration. Thank you for your insights, Neil. It's always a pleasure to have you on. This version gives the conversation a more polished flow, while keeping the core ideas intact. Would you like any changes or additions?